Hello, Ralph
Hello.
Wilde. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. It's very nice to be here.
Tell me, can you tell something about yourself, to present yourself? Who are you?
I am an academic at the University of London, at University College London. I work in the field of international law. I've been an academic now for 20 years, and my work has always focused on situations of disputed territories around the world in various different places, and all of the issues we might want to address in relation to them, from solutions, including the peace settlements, and in the meantime how we think about protecting the rights of people in them.
How did you get interested in that?
When I was a student, I worked as a volunteer for the UN in refugee camps in Kenya on the border with Somalia. And those camps are really like long-term cities that people have been there for decades. Children have been born and grown up into adults. And this would be a protracted situation where an unusual a governance arrangement exists where people are living under the authority not of a state but of an international organization. And my interest has always been on atypical situations of governance, whether it's a situation like that or a situation like here, where people have an unusually high degree of autonomy within the state.
And that's my question, because you've been all over the world and you've been in globally, you work a lot. And why Åland? Why did you come here?
So in my field, international law, Åland is really very famous. And we all know about the situation here and how the settlement was reached 100 years ago to address the situation of how to reconcile the rights of the majority population here with the issue of the sovereignty of this place where they were located. And so ask any international lawyer, they will have heard of Åland. And when I saw that there was this opportunity to come here to conduct my research, which in many ways is linked in multiple respects with the type of arrangement that exists here successfully, I jumped at the opportunity to put myself forward to be considered. It was such a privilege to be accepted. I am on research leave this academic year from my university, which means I don't teach, so that I can actually physically be here working on my research full time.
And what have you learned so far?
So I tend to be in places where I came from Jerusalem to here. So obviously Jerusalem is a situation that is disputed, territory that is disputed, and where there is an ongoing situation of human rights abuses. And those situations are more typical for my experience, like those refugee camps I mentioned, i.e. situations that are not sustainable as ways for human beings to live. And so what I've seen in coming here is how there can be a solution, and how people can find a way to have a life free of the worry about the question of resolving some fundamental problem about the nature of their existence. And that's an entirely different atmosphere to do my research, but it also gives me hope when I'm thinking about these other situations where there has not been such a resolution, but one is desperately needed.
Thank you, Ralph. It was really nice to talk to you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.